Hello and welcome to another daily devotion. I'm Pastor Bob Vale, the senior pastor of the LaPorte First United Methodist Church. I have a story that I want to share with you that's very special. It's a book, children's book actually, that was written by Max Lucado, and it's titled You Are Special, what the front cover looks like. And it's a story about a group of people called the Wemmicks who live in the village of Wemmicksville, and they're all made of wood. They look like Pinocchio puppets, and it's a cute little story about a young boy named Punchinello. And Punchinello tries to decide if he's special or not based upon what other people think about him, more so than what God thinks about him. There's a song that has a chorus that is so good. It's titled He Knows My Name. In the beginning it goes like this. It goes, He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. And we're going to get a little bit more to that song near the end, but it's a beautiful song reminding us that God knows our names, the hairs of our head, He knows everything about us, and He cares for us. And so, in this particular story, we're going to hear from this very special teacher from our church, Ms. Pam Hayes, who is a wonderful storyteller. And she's going to read this story to us, and it's a great video that you can share with your children. And so this is a two-part. This is the first part. And the second part is another book titled You Are Mine. And so I hope you enjoy both of them. So at this time, let's enjoy Ms. Pam Hayes reading us the story by Max Lucado titled You Are Special.
All right. Today you're going to hear a book from Max Lucado, and the title of it is You Are Special. And it is about a wonderful, wonderful little character that you're going to love. Actually, I think I'll just read it. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All of the wooden people were carved by a woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking their village. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses. Others had large eyes, some were tall, and others were short. Some wore hats, others wore coats, but all were made by the same carver, and all lived in the village. And all day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on one another. The pretty ones with smooth wood and fine paint always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint was chipped, the Wemmicks gave dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads or jump over tall boxes. Still others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want to do something else and get another star. Others, though, could do little. They got dots. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. Then, when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him even more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in the water, and then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many gray dots that some people would just come up and give him one for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would argue with one another. He's not a very good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around other Wemmicks who had lots and lots of dots. He felt better around them. One day, though, he met a Wemmick who was unlike any other Wemmick he had ever met. She had no dots and no stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers. It's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star. But it would fall off. Others would look down on her for having no stars, so they would run up and give her a dot. But it didn't stick either. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy, said Lucia. Every day I go and I see Eli. Eli? Yeah, Eli, the woodcarver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up that hill. He's right there. And with that, the Wemmick, who had no stickers, turned and skipped away. But, well, I don't, will he want to see me? Punchinello cried out, but Lucia didn't hear. So Punchinello went home. He sat near his window, and he watched all the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's just not right, he muttered to himself, and then he decided to go see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here. I'm not going to stay here. He turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Punchinello. The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello, how good to see you. Come and let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Oh, of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped down, picked him up, and set him on the bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the gray dots. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I didn't. I tried really, really hard. Oh, don't defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what those other Wemmicks think. You don't? No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give you stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are pretty special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very slowly. Because you're mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Every single day, I have been hoping you would come, Eli explained. Well, I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Punchinello. I know. She told me about you. Why don't those stickers stay on her? the Maker spoke softly. Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them, Punchinello. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about their stickers. I don't think I understand. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take some time. You've got lots of marks on there. For now, just come to see me every day and let me remind you of how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. Remember, Eli said as the Wemmick walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart, he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground.
Wasn't that an amazing story? You might find the spiritual truths in it, but other whimsics always assess Punchinello's worth using standards of excellence that are described in this book, such as being pretty, having smooth wood or fine paint, or being talented, lifting things high over their heads or jumping high, knowing big words or singing songs. You see, having these qualities and talents are what the whimsics think deserve a gold star. Being special usually means being greater or better or otherwise different than usual. We could also consider being special as the same thing as being unique. But are these only the traits that make someone special or not? You see, in this story about Punchinello, being special is defined by the woodcarver Eli, and not so much by people. In this story, Eli is the symbol of God, our Creator, and Punchinello goes to Eli and discovers that he really matters to Eli because Eli created him and made him, and that he is not a mistake in any way. You see, Eli tells Punchinello something very important. He said, the stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust in my love, Punchinello, the less you care about the stickers. Punchinello doesn't completely understand, but when a gray dot falls off of him at the end of the story, we are to understand that the opinions of other whimsics only stick to Punchinello if he truly cares what they think about him. What a great lesson for us today. How much more important is what God thinks about us and what we think God thinks about us rather than what other people think about it. The story goes on to define special as caring about your own unique qualities rather than what God thinks about you. As you live your life, don't allow others to place gray dots of negativity opinions on you. Know that God has already placed a bunch of gold stars on you just because of who you are. This song that I sang at the beginning, He Knows My Name, was written by an artist named Tommy Walker who went to Africa, and there's all these children around there, and it was his last day there, and this one little boy grabbed him by the arm and wouldn't let him go, and he said, remember my name, remember my name. And on the plane trip home, he thought about God remembering and knowing all our names, knowing everything about us, inside and out, our thoughts, our dreams, our passions. And so this is a beautiful song, and the chorus goes like this. It goes, He knows my name, He knows my every thought. first verse goes. I have